We have what we do. So we have hardwood floors and of course
all three engines up and burning. 2, 1.
Forever in steps.
Tuesday, a special 3-hour world premiere. Michael York.
Welcome, mortals. You are in the land of the dead. And this is where all the spooky spooks happen. And where all of the creepy crawlies crawl. That's right. This is Just Drawin. This week on Just Drawin, we continue our journey into unknown Halloween territories. past week I've been working on cleanup for this entire GD animation. Welcome, $4.99. Good to see ya. Candles are, yeah. Got a whole Halloween piece of business going on here. Yeah, image to be in the land of the dead makes a lot of sense. Fucking tell me about it. Right, without further ado, let's show what I've been vacking on. I should know, like, all the audio is still, or the music's still temporary. That's a new shot. Gotta cut that down a bit. I still have to animate a transition for thinking like a slideshow kind of thing.
I knew something was terribly wrong.
Some kind of old, like a, it's called a magic lantern. I don't know. I don't even know what that means. So these will all be like slides on the projector screen, essentially. That's why they're not animated.
Why? Why would he take them? They love playing with them.
I should do the voices for the kids.
Yeah. Come on. All right.
Ooh.
Pay attention, you little bastards. Hey, quiet. No one is leaving this barn until my.
So I erased a bunch of those pumpkins because there were too many pumpkins, unfortunately.
Listen, we can get this over.
Wasn't going to animate them all on time.
Hey, don't do that. Yes, I'm talking to you. Get down from. Hey.
Flashback of the end animated still shots reminds me of a scene from the finale of season 1 of the 2017 DuckTales.
Hell with it.
The flashback montage using animated.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
The old classic strategy of not animating an animation. It pays off very well. And I figure like I'll add some, little vignette around the edges and make it all kind of dreamlike, like it's a flashback or something. So
This is all your fault,
you know. Who's gonna stop me?
Huh? Who the hell are you?
Wow.
Are you trick-or-treaters or something? Well, I don't have any candy, but could I interest you in some pumpkin pie?
Yeah. Bail! You press the bail button to bail, so.
Is everyone okay?
So many pumpkins.
You kids are incredible. I don't know what I would have done without your help tonight.
Lip sync is real fucking off there. That's good.
Y'all made me something? Oh. Isn't that just the cutest? Hey, friends, why don't you go play with Mr. Scarecrow some more? Here, take these. I was planning on giving them to the babies, but I think they already got their Halloween treat.
What? That's crazy. That's just silly. Credits! Alright. Hard cut. Okay, so yeah. There we have it. Neighbors planted pumpkins at our property. On your property, wow. 2 fields on our, okay. Got some big ass pumpkins, hell yeah. And a pretty giant gourd too. Got some big ass pumpkins and a pretty giant gourd. Yeah, I think that's one of my goals in life, is to like either start a pumpkin farm or just plant a bunch of pumpkins. I think that'd be pretty cool. These pumpkins are pretty rad. Plus you could just make pumpkin pie like whenever you want. Let's get this over here. Alright, so today will probably be, I don't know how interesting this will be to watch. It's gonna be me doing the final line art for these pumpkins. So it's a lot of drawing lines. So with that said, what's up with you? $4.99. What's new? You weren't here for last 2 weeks ago for that stream, but we played some KSP where I returned some Kerbals from Aduna after a 2-year journey, and the ending to that expedition is pretty fucking fantastic, if I do say so myself. A 3-mile walk over a new bridge, hell yeah. I would hope it's a new bridge instead of a yeah, I went on a 3-mile walk over a really old bridge. Actually, there is a very small bridge near me. What's up, BuzzTunes? BuzzTunes has arrived. Oh, by the way, everyone go check out BuzzTunes' new video, a new Halloween animation. Hold on, I'm gonna post the link because I can do that. I'm gonna do it. 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 I have to find it. Gotta find it. Gotta find it. I'm gonna do it. It's right here. 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 Wait, shit. Does that work? Yes, it does. Okay. Yeah, it's a good time. I like the part where the guys, the ghost is getting a bath of butter, a butter bath, if you will. I like the setup for the whole the whole premise of this. It's, what is it? It's like the apprentice is like a dolphin thing, and then like a witch doctor. Oh yeah. Dolphin boy. Make a lot of art recently. I feel supposed. Oh hell yeah. Yeah, if you wanna share whatever you're working on, it's highly encouraged. No pressure though. Butterbath was inspired by true events. I'm afraid to ask what the hell that means. Takes a potion to make some. Okay, well that makes sense. Latest piece is a sitcom inspired by the faces seen on the infrared satellite photos of hurricanes. Hold on, I gotta catch up. That piece sitcom inspired by faces seen. Okay. That is pretty fun, creative. Holy shit. Is it related? Is it a sitcom based around hurricanes, or just like characters who may look like they're on sitcoms? That's really little. I took a tub of margarine in the bathtub. Oh man. Inspired by true events. What's going on here? Poster so far. Humanoid hurricanes. Oh man. Interacting with humans, like, would they be the same size as regular? I guess they'd be like regular human-sized hurricanes. So, interesting concept there. Remains a core memory. have y'all been? It's been a bit. I'm doing good. Trying to finish this Halloween animation before Halloween. So I'm a bit stressed because of that, but you know, I only have myself to blame. Like right now, I just fucking drew all this on the wrong, or something on the wrong layer. So that's fun. I watched some an interesting collection of movies this past 2 weeks. I have to remember which ones to start with. Went to Chicago last weekend. That's cool. What you do in Chicago? In Chicago. I heard there's a giant bean there, and that's it. I don't know. That's all I know about Chicago. Okay, so this pumpkin is drawn. Okay, it's good. Now for this pumpkin, wait, did I do? Let's do this guy. I'm just kind of warming up. To see Anderson .Paak in concert. Okay, is that a... I'm pretty sure that's like a musician, right? I touched the bean. My God, he touched the bean. Captain, we just got word he touched the bean. What should we do? Stay strong, Lieutenant. He may have touched the bean, but we still have each other. We still have our humanity. Thank you for enjoying the bean skit. That was all improv, folks. Just off the cuff there. R&B artist, okay. The bean is huge. Bean scale, yeah. Captain, the ratings are off the charts. can only mean someone touched the bean. Cuts to the captain there. But sir, they said it was impossible. They said it couldn't be touched. Keep it together, Private. I don't know what's happening. Look at this, I'm cheating. I'm just copy and pasting these frames. Like some no good frame copier. They're gonna revoke my animation license for this kind of behavior. Alright, so it goes over there. What the hell is this? Oh wait, goddamn. Okay. Not keep track of these fucking layers. Okay. So that one is what I need to. Yeah, please don't tell anyone I copy and pasted frames here. Not many people know this, but there are only a limited amount of frames in the world. It is a finite resource, so you know, can't just be using up all those frames willy-nilly. They come from somewhere. Oh yeah, so the movies I watched a Bulgarian animated sci-fi movie called Delta Space Mission. I think it's it's either Bulgarian, Romanian, or Hungarian. Wait, what did I say? Bulgarian, Romanian, Hungarian. Yeah, it's one of those three. I don't know a lot about Eastern European countries. I'm a bit uneducated in that department. So for the sake of this argument, we're just gonna say it was Romanian. I'm like 60% sure it was Romanian. Anyway, yeah, it's so it's called Delta Space Mission, and it's about a space journalist, a space journalist, and her pet alien dog thing, and it's a real fucker of a plot. This is the perfect music to be like having to think about a weird plot. So I think it starts with her shit, I actually don't know. I kind of lost track of this movie. If you can, might be able to tell. This is it's a real interesting movie, I think. It's not bad, but it's not great either. It was apparently Romania's first animated movie, like feature-length movie. And they're like, the animation is it's fascinating because you could tell like there's shots in there we could tell I think the director worked on, you know, animated, so it's animated like it's like kind of TV animation quality for the time. And there's shots where it's just like I don't even know if the person who drew it was an animator or an artist, but there's still like, okay, for instance, like usually if you have a character, you know, standing, the character's just standing there, you know, not moving at all, you would just hold that, you know, here's your timeline, here's frame 1 and frame, let's say 30. You want that character to stand there for about a second and a half, or a second and another 6 frames. With animation, if they're not moving and it's like you don't need them to move, you just don't animate it. You just have that one drawing of them standing there like that, and maybe animate their hair flowing in the wind or whatever it is. But a lot of kind of experienced animators or people just starting out, they'll think like, oh well, it's an animation, so I gotta animate it every frame. And then when that happens, because we're human, we tend to like redraw, you know, we try and redraw it exactly how you did the first time, but it's not always the same. So each time you redraw it, it's like a game of telephone where you just kind of, stuff kind of moves around, it gets reshuffled, and it ends up changing shape a lot. And then by the time you're done, that's how it looks. So by, you know, animating something not moving, you've ended up making it move a lot, actually. So that happens a lot in this movie, where stuff is like redrawn for no reason, other than some animator was probably told like, okay, animate the shot, and then they just don't know, like, you don't have to touch it, just leave it there, don't put yourself through all that. Also a lot of so it's a sci-fi space movie with lots of ships, lots of like hand-drawn turnarounds of these ships, you know, if the ship's like flying towards camera, like, you know, like that, and then it like, you know, turns away like that or something. They're I don't know, but that's probably not a good example. Like usually, you know, in animations, you have like the Jetsons or something. You always have like these side shots of the ships flying, you know, seeing them from the side. Because if you animate at any other angle, especially if they move, then you have to redraw the ship every single time, draw every single detail, and it's a pain in the ass. And that didn't stop them though. And that's, I don't think that's like inexperience. That's just like maybe them wanting to prove their worth as an animator or something. And I'd say for the most part they do look pretty good. They keep their volume pretty well, but I don't know. It's all relative, I guess. You know. I like the line boil effect when it looks like they're drawing like every frame. I do too. But you have to know what you're doing when you're doing it, because it's you can do what Ed, and Eddie did, and what I copied from them, where you just you can redraw the line. You can redraw the line work for like you know, twice, 2 or 3 times, whatever, and then you just loop between those frames. and that'll give it that, you know, they'll. We just so if you I should have kept that drawing. So if you got like a little happy face there, we draw it again. Let's try it. And then if we just loop that, it's like way too fast, but we'll do it on 2s here. So that's how you kind of maintain that that look without it getting fucking crazy, without you having to redraw like hundreds of frames possibly, and it keeps you from. I lost my train of thought. It keeps you from. It keeps it more consistent. Because they kind of just stay in that general shape, I guess. And plus, the viewer can kind of subconsciously tell that it's being looped, and I think that helps them. I don't know how do I put this? Like they're not expecting new drawings or something. Like they know that that drawing is being held. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but. But yeah, the Delta Space mission thing. I don't know. It's worth checking out. I think if you're an animator. I don't know if you like space too. I like the backgrounds are fantastic, fucking incredible. They get pretty like they're like even just shots of like a rocky asteroid or something are like super colorful. They're abstract but not too off the wall, I guess. They still adhere to like, I don't know, geology and regular physics. It's not just like super trippy, background. It's just kind of like, super colorful, and you get some cool shots of like this and alien world. Oh, this is not right. Where they land on in the movie. But the backgrounds are cool, but to be honest, I lost track of the fucking plot so hard. I know the main. So the space journalist is, she's like doing her space journalist thing, which doesn't really consist of any actual journalism, which is really funny. But she returns at the very beginning. She returns back from her fucking space journalism mission, whatever the fuck, and she goes back to the space journalism headquarters where a group of scientists, whatever, present, like, oh, you should check out this new computer we are working on, and it's like a supercomputer, like a giant orb-shaped computer thing, and this computer is like super smart and practically sentient, and falls in love with the space journalist. And the computer sets out to try and capture her, I guess. I don't really know what the computer wants to do. Maybe I don't want to know, but it's basically the computer falls in love with her, so it just tries to like capture her essentially. I don't know. yeah, like, what are they, how do they? Someone had to program that, you know, like what's going on here? So really the movie involves a lot of like her getting chased around and by all these, you know, these robots that are sent after her, and then there's another crew of space astronauts who are like, I think they end up helping her, or they end up crash landing near her, and they, man, I'm totally trying so hard to remember. Basically, the last, almost the entire third act is like her and the human astronauts. Oh, by the way, she's also an alien, so, you know, alien space journalist. Very cliche, I know. But she, so they all end up on an alien planet, and like it's like half an hour of, or like 20 minutes of the of her little pet alien sidekick dog thing getting, it becomes like, it's, I don't know, it's like extremely cartoony, where the little alien pet is like chased around and it goes through the alien jungle, and then there's a swamp, and then I think I almost fell asleep during that part. So if you watch that movie, you could probably skip ahead. When they land on the alien planet, and then there's more hijinks involving the little, you know, alien pet, skip ahead like 15-20 minutes. I think you'll be fine. You won't be missing much. But yeah, that's Delta space mission. Okay, and then these are just looped here. But speaking of space stuff, raise your hand if you're excited for the Europa Clipper mission. Be launching Monday as of right now. Because you know there's a giant hurricane, so it was it should have launched 2 days ago on the 10th. But that's right. It's time for a Cameron Space update. Thanks for joining. Yeah, the Europa Clipper launching on top of a Falcon Heavy. And it'll be, I think it's going to be around 11 a.m. Central Time. And yeah, really hoping that one just everything fucking work correctly. There really haven't been the only delay I can think of with that mission is like there was some confusion over a radiation hardened microchip or something, where the company that made this one particular chip told NASA like, oh yeah, it's totally radiation proof, and then later on they came back like, actually it may not be that radiation proof. So NASA had to do extra testing to make sure it was actually radiation proof, and it turns out I think it was. Everything's fine. So yeah, this thing will arrive at Jupiter in 2030. I think that's. Hold on, I gotta get that right. Europa. Let me just read the Wikipedia article. If it freaking loads. Space probe development by NASA, planned for launch October 14th. Oh no, that's right. The spacecraft is being developed to study Europa, a Galilean moon, through a series of flybys while in orbit around Jupiter. Largest spacecraft NASA's ever developed for a planetary mission. Oh wow. I bet that's probably because of the solar panels. I have no idea if that's true, but yeah, they'll be studying. Let's see. So the objectives, goals of Europa Clipper are to explore Europa, investigate its habitability, and aid in the selection of a landing site for the future Europa lander. Oh, fuck. So goddamn rad. This exploration is focused on understanding the three main requirements for life: liquid water, chemistry, and energy. Specifically, the objectives are to study the ice shell in the ocean, confirm the existence and characterize the nature of water within or beneath the ice, and study processes of surface ice-ocean exchange. The composition, distribution, and chemistry of key compounds and the links to ocean composition, and geology, where the characteristics and formation of surface features, including sites of recent or current activity. So basically, it's going to be investigating this moon that has a global subsurface ocean, has more water than all of the Earth. You know, all the water on the Earth. Who fucking knows what's underneath there, man? It's so creepy. Obviously, there probably aren't, you know, water aliens in there, but it's going to Jupiter. Isn't Jupiter's gravitational pull like really strong or violent? Yeah, it's strong. It's also highly radioactive around Jupiter. So a lot of spacecraft, if they want to get really far out into deep space, they'll do what's called a slingshot maneuver around Jupiter, because it's so big, its gravity is so strong, where it's kind of like it'd be like, I don't know, throwing a baseball to like a really good baseball player, like a batter, where they can just fucking, you know, slam it. And it's a dog barking. Oh, it's just okay. Nothing. So yeah, so you send that spacecraft flying. Let's just draw it here. Oops. So like here's Jupiter. Here's your little spacecraft coming in. Jupiter's, you know, if here's its trajectory, if it's going like that, Jupiter is pulling in. Gravity pulls inward like that, so it changes that trajectory, and curves it. So instead of like Jupiter's trying to pull that spacecraft in, but it's going so fast that it misses it, and in doing so, it speeds it up, because Jupiter is essentially making that spacecraft fall faster, and so the spacecraft, you know, like flies off that way, and is able to go faster and farther out into space. But this mission is not doing that. It's actually going to stay in orbit around Jupiter, and Jupiter has 4 moons called the Galilean moons, which were discovered by Galileo, and they're just the really big ones. And so this spacecraft will remain in orbit of Jupiter, but will fly by these moons as they orbit inside of these spacecraft's path, if that makes sense. My crazy fucking drawing there. Yeah, freaking. Just imagine this water alien. Yeah, that'd be. I don't know if. I'm not sure if Clipper can even detect that, but what's up, Jimmy DeBerto? In relation to someone named Jimmy the Lorikeet or something like that? If not, just curious. If there's any aliens in our solar system, they'd be on Europa or Titan. They'd be really tiny microscopic things, I bet. Yeah, I feel like Titan seems like a long shot at this point. There was a paper that came out, what was it, like, I don't know, half a year ago, that was pretty damning of like any possibility of microbial life on Titan. I think it basically said like yeah, it's like really cold on Titan, and it just gets colder, or if there was any life, possibility of life underground, it'd be like even fucking colder or more harsh to life. But Titan is still pretty badass. Still one of my favorite moons. Yeah, just no. I wanted there to be life on Titan. Now what? Did a presentation last year in world history on Galileo, and did totally awesome on it. Hell yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna bet if there is, say like at the very least microscopic life, there's the chances of any like fucking advanced intelligent life out there is so slim. But if there's even a chance of microscopic life in our solar system, I'm placing my bet on Enceladus, a moon of Saturn. Any Enceladus fans out there, you know who you are. Because that's a really small little moon that has also a global subsurface ocean, but so like Europa, it has that ocean, but with Enceladus, there are huge cracks in the surface where ice and water is being vented up into space. Like actually up into space. There's in fact, it was only recently discovered, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago, that one of Saturn's rings is formed from this material ejected from Enceladus. And that's like fucking insane. So back when the Cassini orbiter was still in operation, it flew through that giant plume going into space, and it did not have any instruments to detect, if there was like any little microbes in there, but it did get some pretty good, some like really incredible readings of like there was, I think, phosphorus was detected, which apparently is like a really good indicator of life or organic I don't know, processes or something. And it's so there's, and the fact that there are vents means that there's energy. You know, energy is, something is propelling this water up through these vents, some kind of current or hydrothermal energy or whatever. So on Earth we know that there are hydrothermal vents on the bottom of the ocean floor, where the geothermal activity. They're essentially small little volcanoes on the bottom of the ocean, and they generate heat where there pretty much is none at the bottom of the ocean floor. And scientists have found like there's tons of life surrounding those little vents on Earth. So it's like, well, you know, if they're on Earth, there could just be the tiniest little chance that something like that is on Enceladus or Europa. And man, I think Enceladus would be pretty cool. Pretty cool. Get it? Because it's covered in ice. That's fun. That's funny stuff. It's funny stuff, 499. You're a funny guy. Why does nobody else like the video? I don't know. People like the video, I think. I think they found bacteria on a planet. Which planet are you talking about? Is it Earth? Oh yeah, I'm catching up on the chat here. Saturn also gets its aurora because of Enceladus's pseudo geysers. Oh wow, that's awesome. Headcanon is that if there's any intelligent life out there, they are probably intentionally avoiding us. Yeah, it's a fascinating, like, I don't know. I feel like space is just so goddamn big. Like, the odds of like intelligent enough beings that can invent space travel and, you know, travel into space, like that's probably a pretty small, I don't know, compared to what, you know, we don't know how many aliens there are in the universe, so we don't know if humans are an exception or our Earth life is an exception or is very common in the universe. Like, who fucking knows, man. Yeah, it is. So that's a mind-boggling thing to think about. I forgot what I was going to say. FBI, yeah. Sometimes think about the gold record, hell yeah. Aliens are just going to see that and like, what? I don't even have ears. Like, what do you want me to do? You know. Although I think the golden record, or I know for a fact that the golden record has the record player is built into it. So if they're smart enough, which they probably are, all they would have to do is take the plaque off or the record off, and then attach it to the record player, and then it would just start playing. I don't know. But you know, the golden record is really just a it's really more for us humans than it is for, you know, if aliens happen to stumble across the Voyager probe. Because it's a great experiment to really think about, like, oh, this is like, if you had to represent all of humanity, or make a collection of all of humanity and put it on a single record, like, what would you put on there? And like, how do you even, and you can't put everything on there. It's got to be like, what are the highlights? What are the greatest hits of humanity? It's like, dude, I don't even. It's almost like the ultimate, or the, you know, that, like a hypothetical question, like, oh, if you were stranded on the desert island, what would you bring with you? But it's like that, but in reality, like, if aliens could only have one thing to, one I don't know, one source of information that where they could learn about Earth, like, what do you put on there that is that tells them what us Earthlings are all about? Just put a picture of like my face on there. It's like, I should do everything right. You get to see the photos of Earth. They started like, what the fuck? Why? It's like a. That's one of those water planets. Like those freaking weird little alien water monkeys evolve or something. Like, they finally get around to go into space. That's adorable. I've been continuing to play the first Mass Effect game these past few weeks, and I think my favorite part about that game, I think even more so than the characters, which are pretty damn good. I like the characters a lot in that game, but I really love exploring the different planets in there, because they had some nerd on that team sat down and wrote like descriptions for every single planet, and usually there's so you get to, there's like I don't know, let's say 24 solar systems with about 4 to 5 planets each, and each of them have, like, you know, oh, this is a rocky terrestrial planet with a trace atmosphere of blah 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 and blah blah blah, and it's a good mix of, like, you know, like usually in sci-fi every single planet is fucking super incredible and rare and crazy, and you know, like this one's made out of freaking marshmallows, and there's like 90 different alien species that live on it, and it's crazy, and like most of the planet descriptions in this one are just like nothing's going on here. It's boring. So when you do find one that's like, you know, it'll just be like a paragraph of like, you know, only one side of this planet has been mapped by an unmanned probe, and however, upon I don't know, upon further inspection, there were lights that appear on one side or something like that, you know, and like they haven't been seen since. Like little things like that were little hints to like even though this is a super advanced space society, there's still just so much about that universe they have no idea about. That's pretty fun. Sea monkey, yeah. I hate to imagine they see it and think, like, oh, it's another water planet, guy. Isn't that funny? Just throw it away. Yeah, like that could be a funny animation or something. Like it's a collection of alien history preservation society or something, and they just collect all the thousands of like human level aliens, where they sent out their little Voyager probes, you know, thousands of their little Voyager probe equivalents, and like it's just like these fucking humans just keep or not even humans, like these unevolved aliens just keep throwing their trash out there, like thinking, oh, it's some important plaque, like here we are, guys, we're pretty advanced. Like, you know, that's like all that stuff just gets clogged up in the intergalactic highways, and like, oh, someone's got to clean it up. Yeah, they have no respect for interstellar law. It's just so sad. And the Earth gets visited for the first time, and then like a traffic cop comes out of the spaceship and hands the president like a ticket or something. Gets back in and flies off. Might be something. Maybe something there. Maybe that's an episode of the with Finley and the Commander. Because I still really want to do stuff with those guys. I want to finish that. Oh my god, itchy nose. I want to finish that first animation with them, but I've been writing a whole lot of different premises for future episodes, or shorts. Really, they're not episodes. It's a concept I'm really excited about doing. So I really like those characters, and I don't know, I think I figured out, or kind of, I don't want to say figure, like, I think I've kind of I like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of how to, and what I've made so far in terms of the world. I think I like it's got the right balance of sci-fi stuff and kind of more grounded space technology stuff, which I think will add some more, makes for some more interesting scenarios. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Stay tuned for when I finish that next episode in 2028. yeah, first encounter, I think something mundane. Giant starship lands on Earth. Alien traffic cop comes out and gives some world leader a parking ticket. And it's just kind of the humanity has set up this giant elaborate, it's like Mars attacks or something, where they have this giant I don't know, like a what would that be called, like a big ceremony thing, lots of balloons, there's catering and lots of stuff, and then like the alien walks up to the president goes to shakes the alien's hand. The alien just puts a, looks at the hand, puts a ticket there, and then walks back. Everyone's off on the side, just like that's, should we, was that it? People like it just kind of peters out awkwardly. I've had another idea for another short, but I couldn't really figure out a particularly clever kind of hook for it or something, or plot. But I wanted a guy or just a character who works at a gift shop on Pluto. Or I chose Pluto because everyone thinks it's like the last planet on the edge of the solar system, but I could do we could do like Sedna or something really far out there. But oh man, I gotta stretch. But one day he's working at a gift shop. There's no one there. No one ever shows up. It's like a crappy little gift shop with cheap little souvenir stuff. And then one day, a bunch of aliens. A fleet of aliens lands right in front of the gift shop, and they're ready for they're ready to fucking murder him or whatever. Like they're invading, and I don't know. I got as far as he's just stalling for time, or he's trying to convince them to buy stuff, or like they get distracted by all the little tchotchkes and all that stuff. But I never really finished that script. I should probably revisit that. But it's a bit cliche, or I don't know. It's not the most creative thing in the world, but oh yeah, gift shop on Arakoth. Is Arakoth the farthest dwarf planet? I thought isn't, okay, hold on, I gotta double check this, because I believe there's a dwarf planet called Far Far Out, which its actual name is, okay, hold on. Yeah. It's spelled F-A-R-F-A-R-O-U-T. Far Far Out. But it's the largest, or the Far Far Out is 132 times the distance of the Earth to the Sun. That's a weird way of saying that. So it's 132 AU out. Estimated to be around 250 miles across. It's pretty, yeah, 132 AU. Staggering distance from the sun means it takes Far Far Out around 1,000 years to orbit the sun. Wow. Here's the article I was reading there. Far, far out. Oh, Arakoth is the farthest object visited by a spacecraft. Okay. That'd be funny. It's gift shop on far out. Because it's basically like that's the first stop. You know, if you're entering in from the outside of the solar system, the aliens are just like systematically going to each planet and, you know, invading and destroying whatever. That's their first stop, and it's just like that guy. I don't know. There's something there. Gotta workshop that one a bit more, you know? Wait, oh, did I mess up the order and they just fucking... Oh my god, I cannot... There's an annoying... Oh, I can't even see it on the screen there, but... There's an annoying thing in Harmony where you can't reorder the layers as you please. That's, It's a tad annoying. It's hard to tell which layers are which. Okay, so these should be on 3s then. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, welcome to Far Far Out. Our prices are so far out there you'll die. So weird looking frame here, in between. it's a real strange expression. Yeah. It's like, I want that. It's like, yeah. I'm into static. Girl, let me see that static. It's like a... It's like the anime. I was trying to think of the how they draw blush or whatever. Then could do. Hold on, guys. Let me make this even more disturbing. God, where is it? Okay. Isn't that like... Wait, it's like that, huh? It's just a baby. It's like, say. Alright. Stream's fucking over. Need to take a cold shower. It's the trouble with it. It's the trouble with in-betweens, man. Is like, you know, all sorts of weird freaking drawings in there. Your mind starts to wander. It's not good. All happens all sooner or later. Yeah. Wonder if this will be done in time for Halloween. Me too. That's a good question. It will be one way or another. Either I feel like this level of line work is probably a little too clean for the amount of time I have. That's what I'm aiming for. I really want to clean this up a lot. But this probably be the most amount of work I have left. Coloring is pretty easy, especially the cleaner the line work, the easier the coloring is. At least for how I'm doing it here. Soundtrack, like I don't know. I still want to compose a soundtrack, and you know, at least for kind of the more incidental music, I can always fall back to stock music, I guess. The audio, but sound effects and mixing is always a real pain in the ass. That could be a couple of days. And the backgrounds I'm kind of worried about. I don't like doing backgrounds because like they're actually kind of fun, but I just kind of get lost in all the details, and then it's just, oops, I spent like 6 hours on this one background that really could have been done in like, you know, one. So it's all about that time management. I want to check the calendar here. So today's, man, 2 weeks and 2 weeks and 3 days. Well, no, 4 days. I'll be close. I'll be close. I'll be, you know. So like right here, I'm kind of cheating with the circle-shaped tool. These pumpkins are essentially these are just you know, circles. I think if it gets, you know, if it gets really close, I'm nowhere near finishing, I'll, oh my god, if I can draw this fucking eyeball. I'll only try and clean up the more important scenes or the ones that aren't that polished. So there's that. Because after this is done, I really want to get started on a little bee animation that I started like over a year ago and didn't finish. I think that one's got some potential. I got a really good response from Reddit when I posted a little rough of it. Yeah. Actually outside the frame, so I'm not going to draw that. Okay, that's that there, and then key. Okay. Hell yeah, we're gonna do this. It will be done in time for Halloween fun. Oh yeah, that's some cool water there. You guys have any Halloween plans? Or are you or are you dressing up? If so, what is your costume? I would like to know. Oh God. Halloween 5, yeah. Going full on John Carpenter with this Halloween series. No Halloween plans, staying home. Sometimes that's the scariest of all Halloween experiences. I don't know what I'm saying. Yeah, I fucking love Halloween, obviously. But I've never been a real, like, dress up in costume guy, I guess. Because as a kid, I was like, oh, you know, well, I know, as a kid, I like dressing up. But what kid doesn't? But, like, I don't know, I've always liked more of the Halloween decorations and the ambiance. And, all that kind of stuff. Oh man, I wonder, I don't think I have any pictures, but I've been working on a bunch of, I've made a bunch of wooden tombstones out of like scrap wood I have, and I made a homemade stain, I guess, out of like, okay, I think it was vinegar and steel wool. I let it ferment in a mason jar for a couple days, and I painted it onto the tombstones. But yeah, they're like pretty all right. I do say so myself. Yeah, some homemade stain. Want to know where it came from? It's a Halloween surprise. Yeah, it's I think I was able to make 4 or 5 tombstones. It's a bunch of weird like pieces of scrap wood. So like I was able to make some normal ones at first, and then I got down to the bottom of the pile, and like I ended up making like a really large one, or a really tall one. That's like, you know, if this is your normal size tombstone here. And then we got, you know, the next one is like something like that. Like that proportion. And like I don't know whether to get or whether to put it out there, because it's so fucking weird. It does, like, I'm afraid kids are just gonna laugh at it or something. I'm just gonna run back inside, you know, and cry for the rest of the evening. Hell, I might do that anyways, you know. I don't know. Maybe I can turn it into something else, but it's it's, you know, a graveyard of all these other regular tombstones, you know, in the back, whatever, and then this giant one just. It's like, what is that? Is that like a sign or something? Oh, excuse me. Yeah, we do get a decent amount of trick-or-treaters. Yeah, I don't know. It depends on the year, really, or the day. Like last year, Halloween was on a, I don't know, would it have been a Wednesday, like a school night? So it's like not many kids were out there, but Scariest thing you can do on Halloween night is be alone with your thoughts. Tell me about it, buddy. Just the... Oh man, that is dark. But it's Halloween, so it's supposed to be dark. What was I gonna say? Oh, I don't know if I've only noticed this when as I've gotten older, or maybe I don't know, maybe society has changed, but I feel like most of the trick-or-treaters are out when it's still light out, like before sunset. And I get the safety of, like, you know, not walking in around at the dark in the street and cars and all that stuff, but like, man, when I was a kid, we were out there until like 9 or 10, which probably isn't that late, but as a kid it's like, oh, we're basically up all night, like, forget about it. I don't know, maybe it's just the area I'm in or something, but I'm trying not to be old man curmudgeon-y, fucking, like, back in my day we used to kill real life people on Halloween and it was fun. I don't know. I guess kids are safer these days. Whatever. But it is kind of annoying, like, you know, I'm trying to, like, set up all the last of the lights and all that stuff at, like, you know, 3 or 4 p.m. And then, like, everything's gonna look great, you know, at night, you know, with the lights and everything. And then, like, some trick-or-treaters showing up at, like, fucking 3:30. Like, what are you doing, kid? I'm not even done yet. Go back home. Man. Back in my day, if we didn't come back, we just didn't come back, you know. Oh yeah, back in my day, if we didn't come back, we just didn't come back, you know what I'm saying? 2 out of every 5 kids goes missing. Wait, is that? It's not real, is it? That can't be. 5 out of 5 kids go missing on Halloween night. Okay, it's not. I figured it was. Oh, I see what you're. 6 out of 5 kids. 386 out of 1 kids is launched into space every Saturday. Or why did I say Saturday? Why the fuck did I actually say Saturday? That doesn't make any sense. I was gonna say Halloween. Why did I say Saturday? Are you fucking real right now? Oh yeah, you know what? Fine. Yeah, 300 and whatever out of 1 kids is launched into space every Saturday. That's my joke. It's a funny joke. Every Saturday. Why did I say that? I'm suffering from Halloween dementia. Every Saturday. What the hell? Every Saturday, man, those kids are just dropping like flies, you know. What the fuck is wrong with my brain? I don't even know why. Whatever. Whatever, brain. Anyway. I think I've shared pictures of that Jason Voorhees thing I made before, right? I feel like I did. Just trying to think of like other stuff I've other Halloween stuff I've made. And that's probably still my most involved thing I ever made. Eight and a half out of 7 kids goes missing every Christmas. Oh God. Oh, time is it? It's only been an hour 45 minutes. I'm getting tuckered. I'm gonna finish line work for this scene, and then I think I'll call it quits. So that should be another. I'm gonna say another like hour. Wow. The urge to lay in bed. Yeah, I'll just do a sleeping stream, whatever. You guys can just watch me sleep. Or wait. Well, yeah, either way. Just like nuzzle up with the camera, like it's like right there, like, hey guys, thanks for just when you go to sleep now, okay? But night night, sweet dreams. And then like 2 hours later, I just fucking scream right into the microphone. Back when ASMR stuff was like really popular, I had an idea, and I'm sure many other people had the idea of like, this would have been real fucking fucked up, but some video, some fake ASMR video where like, you know, it's doing the typical, I'm gonna tap my fingers or whatever the fuck they do, and it's all quiet and everything, and then like in the background of whoever's filming it, you know, if it's like a front on, okay guys, hi, it's going, and then in the background I don't know, so either the door gets kicked in and it's like a SWAT team or something, some super loud thing happens, and it's all chaos breaks out, you know, like a vase just falls over and the person just like, oh fuck, like, oh okay, sorry guys, sorry, and then, you know, let's get back on track here. So just I'm gonna give you a haircut, where the hell, and then like something else tips over, or I don't know, just like insane mic feedback. I don't know. I'm sure, I guarantee you there's a video like that somewhere, a parody of that kind of stuff, but do people still make ASMR videos? I'm sure they... I can never understand. I mean, I think I get it on principle. It's just like, you know, any relaxing, soothing voice or sound, whatever, is like, you know, it's comfortable. It's fucking human nature. We don't like loud things. It's built into our instincts. But I think when it gets into the more, like, I've seen it, the more, I don't know, when it's something specific, like, oh, I'm your dentist and I'm cleaning your teeth. It's like, okay, all right, hold on. Where's the line between like relaxing, soothing, whatever, and then like fetish stuff? Because we're real close. We're riding that line. Like, ooh, it's real down the middle of there. Like, plus most of the time I see it, it's like, oh, it's like, you know, a girl with insane cleavage right in front of the camera. I wonder why this gets clicked on all the time. Like, I don't know. Seems a little suspicious if you ask me, but hey, I don't blame them for doing that. Making videos. There's a thing I learned about somewhat like that. Secret horror ARG, is that ARG? That the augmented reality game, I think, hidden in a seemingly normal ASMR channel. Oh my god, occasional jump scares. That's fucking brutal. I don't know if I could ever do just a straight up jump scare if I ever made one of these fucking parody videos, but like you'd have to build up that like tension of like, you know, maybe that first, like, what kind of props could they use? Like, all right, I'm gonna do pencil swirls, and then like, you know, oops, sorry, I dropped the pencil. And then like the next thing that happens, like, let me get a glass of water. Oh no, I spilled it everywhere and it's really loud. And it's like, well, oh, okay, that was kind of loud, and maybe they just forgot to edit that part out. But, and then the third and final one is just like someone just breaks in through the wall with an air horn or something. I don't know. ASMR stuff still around. Let's do it all. All right, listen. You don't say. Not dentist stuff though. Because I feel like I've seen, or at least the thumbnails, or you know how YouTube is. I've seen like the thumbnails for like the most specific fucking, like, oh, I'm like I'm your real estate agent telling you you're gonna have to, I don't even know. It's like I'm a fish salesman in Southern Australia, reading the Bible to you. Like, what the fuck? I guess that's someone's, like, maybe not fetish, but some, Australian accents are cool, kind of brutal. But yeah, yeah, it's kind of like, yeah, if you're like expecting it to be like a calming, you know, that would suck. Listen to the All Hell Breaks Loose. That could be a fun video to make. I don't know, maybe it's an animation or something. It's amazing what one can create with a pencil and a dream. It's very true. $4.99. Pencil and a dream. Oh man. All right, this pumpkin just loops the rest of this shot. If my calculations are correct. Okay, let's see how this looks. So now all the pumpkins except for this guy back here. This is the final lines for all of them. Wait, fuck. Eyebrows are moving in and out of existence here. Okay, it doesn't need eyebrows here, but we need them here. Fuck it. Because, if I drew an eyebrow here, it'd be blocking his face, and I don't want to do that. Personally, I would listen to a Norwegian sailor denying me access to his narcotic submarine. Yeah, it's got the little, like, swears, yelling, background wind sounds. It looks wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Make it, yeah, yeah. Like, I'm sure there's already been a parody video like that. It's someone purposely making it like super loud or whatever. Oh, stretch break. It's like when I animate normally, I have this use a little timer. Oh shit. I use this little timer here. Keep track of little breaks. So it runs for 25 minutes, and then it cut to a short break for 5 minutes where I can stretch, do some little fun hand movements and all that stuff. And then what's cool is like every 3 breaks, every 4. So basically every 2 hours you get a 15-minute break. And let me tell you, when that little alarm goes off and it's a 15-minute break, it's like, oh, just like lean back. It's like I might as well have the entire day off. It's like 15 friggin' minutes. I'm gonna browse so much Instagram, and man. And then when 15 minutes is over, it's like, yeah, back to work, fucker. It's like, oh. But yeah, this helps a lot by keeping me from just like, you know, I'll just browse the internet for like a couple seconds, and it's never a couple seconds. Yeah, because even when it's like a 5-minute break, you can, and it's like, oh, I'll just read this one article, and it'll be like, it's like what, two minutes, you know, it's like, oh, I read through half of it, and 5 minutes is up already, you know. Oh god. Oh yeah, let me do some ASMR water drinking. Oh. Oh, Christ. That's some good water. Just ASMR. Oh, gross. That'd be so gross. Someone like, oh, I'm gonna do an ASMR water drinking video, and they just keep drinking water, and they get more and more like oh, like more. They start burping. You're just like, oh, guys, I don't feel good. Drink too much water, and I don't know what happens after that. They explode or something. Actually, yeah, that's probably someone's fetish, to be honest. See, again, with the like, it's a very fine line. It's a real interesting. It's like, I don't know. The internet is like that, man. It's just like, oh man, hey, I have the perfect example from an animation I made many years ago. I made a video called, what was it fucking called? Tiny Man sitting on the beach. And it's basically just I don't want to find it. You guys can, it's an old video. But I posted it, and like within a day or something, it got like 1,000 views, and I was like, what the like, oh shit. But there weren't like any comments, and like the watch time was real weird. People like didn't watch the whole thing. It was only like in less than a minute, I think. And I did some investigating, and apparently, I don't know how oh no, there was one comment. Oh fuck. Oh, it's so fucking. There was one comment that said something like, oh, wouldn't this be great if there was a giantess? I was like, what? Excuse me? And I did a good old Google search there, and you know, you learn new things about the internet when you're forced to, and it suddenly became very clear what these people were thinking when they clicked on this video, because the thumbnail had like, I think it was just the text of the title or something. It's imagine these poor bastards like all right, yeah, tiny man and the big old giant lady at the beach, and they just see my little cartoon dude just like sitting back, like enjoying some tunes. You know, it's like, but hey, I got 1,000 views out of it, so it's that's my fetish story. Thanks for listening. All right, break's over. Ugh. What if taking a break is someone's fetish? That would be, yeah, any publicity is good. Oh, God. It somehow makes it weirder when the fetish is like it's not necessarily a sexual fetish, or it's not explicit, and it's kind of something innocent, or no, that's not the right word. It's not. Man, I don't even know what I'm. If it's something you can find on YouTube, you know, if it's something that's like technically family friendly or, you know, age appropriate, or I don't know, there's nothing pornographic in it. I don't know, it makes it weirder when you stumble across it on the internet or on like YouTube or something. It's like it's hidden in plain sight, you know? Like, how has no one spotted this? Like, oh, they have, but you can't technically ban it because it's like, you know, it's just really tall ladies. Nothing wrong with that. Which I guess, hey, you know, that's your thing. There is probably much worse stuff out there, so whatever. Let's go around the room. What's everyone's fetish, you know? Mine is completing Halloween animations on time, so yeah. I'm real thrilled right now, guys. If I can draw this fucking eyebrow correctly, Jesus Christ. Adult jokes and innuendos, yeah. Oh yeah, it's been a thing since the beginning of animation, really. In fact, I think Disney was like one of the first to really embrace that, or maybe Looney Tunes, but they realized, like, you know, ultimately the parents decide which, you know, which movies to go see with their kids. And if you make that experience just a bit less fucking, excruciating for the parents by slipping in some adult jokes here and there, the parents are a little bit, are a bit more likely to, like, you know, the next time they see an animated movie, like, oh, what was that one animation company that made the kind of funnier one with the jokes sprinkled in there? Like, I'll go see that one. And the kids usually like, the kids will see anything. So, so a lot of stuff is done on purpose. Like, they're not trying to be secretive about it, really. It's something for the whole family, you know. Really, like, tall ladies, not too tall. How tall is too tall? Putting you on the spot. 499. Just love understanding. You fucking freak. Ugh, you disgust me. It's like my fetish is holding hands. I ain't saying shit. Completing Halloween-ish. Yeah, that gets me off real good, you know. What is my fetish? I mean, there's too many to name, really. Like, it's more like which fetishes I'm not into, you know. Yeah, a lot of those, a lot of them. It's cool is I can just draw whatever I want, so maybe drawing is my fetish. Just every time I draw, I'm just like, oh, oh yeah, that's good stuff. Being able to draw whatever I want. Power of artist. The power of artist. Yeah. Yeah, it's both really challenging and I don't know. I can't think of the word. Like you know, being able to draw anything you want for any animation or illustration is like, well, that's great, but then you actually have to draw it. You don't get anything for free, you know. That's actually I think that's a quote from I think from Pete Docter when he was working on Monsters Inc. Some interview where someone asked, like, I think it was, anyway, they asked him, like, oh, what's, you know, like isn't it easier working in animation because you could just make whatever you want, or something like that, or I don't know what the question was, but it was he talked about like everything you see on screen for animation like had to be created specifically for that shot or that, you know, whatever it is. Like you get nothing for free. Even all the little blades of grass in the background you don't even look at. Like someone had to sit there and either draw it or model it, sculpt it, whatever. Even if it's just procedural, you know, just copy and pasting a bunch of grass, like still had to do it. Still had to be placed there by someone had to make a decision, you know. So that's the price you pay for, you know, for animating stuff. Is like, yeah, you have complete, like pretty much almost complete creative control over everything. It's not like with live action, like, oh, we couldn't film today because the weather was shitty or something like that. You know, oh, this shot turned out better because you know, the wind picked up at just the right moment. It's like in animation, you gotta, that's all on you. But I think live action is probably, I think live action is certainly logistically much harder than animation. It's because, like, man, you gotta like just, if it's like an actual movie or something, like just getting everyone to one location for like a day or two or whatever it is. Like, oh my god, can you fucking imagine? It's hard enough to get like 1 or 2 voice actors for a animation or something. And even then, you could still show them, like, oh, here's drawings of what your character is, and, you know, here's storyboards for the entire thing. But, like, live action is just like, yeah, we'll show up and we're just going to pretend like we're filming a movie or something like that. Like, oh my god. There's talking. What do you guys talk about here? I don't think I have any major fetishes, but I do like the idea of being cuddled and praised. Well, don't we all? $4.99. Been having an itch to have a 2-week Minecraft face. Oh my god. Oh wow, there's ancient cities in Minecraft now? Like a procedurally generated one or something? I like how it's a 2-week Minecraft phase. Like, that's definitely that would be the official, you know, the official symptom, or what is prognosis. Just not, but struggle with like 10 people. I can't imagine hundreds. Yeah. Spawned in deep darks. Don't know what that means. Huge structures, high risk, high reward. High risk, high reward. Hop on the Camera Lake Minecraft server. Is that even still around? Do I don't even know. I don't even know where that thing is, but server's definitely still around. That's funny. Yeah, I don't know. I think Minecraft for me is just kind of something it's almost exclusively single player for me. So with me, I be honest here. Most of the time I play video games, kind of listen to other stuff while I play them. Listen to like podcasts or music or something. It's because, you know, most audio in video games is just kind of nothing. It's either just loud shooty stuff, or, you know, like lots of stories in video games just they're not really that great. So I'll just kind of listen to other stuff. But I do kind of like, I like the fact that I still have my Minecraft world from like high school. I just kind of hop on every like once a year, expand another branch of my giant cathedral home, and then not touch it for, you know, another year. But to be honest, Kerbal Space Program is becoming that game for me more and more. It's like that fucking game, man. That fucking game. It's got me like I've been researching actual mission concepts for like you know, like real space missions. I've been reading about a bunch of Mars transfer vehicles, which are basically spaceships that could theoretically take humans from Earth to Mars. So like there's one called the Copernicus B. It's very cool name, but I'm trying to make that one in KSP or something like it. It's almost like some kind of weird, I don't know, like there's a certain enjoyment I find in like recreating not like past space missions, but future ones or future proposed ones, or just ones that never happened. It's like, oh, I can make it in KSP, and then it may not happen in real life, but in here, in the game world, it's actually happening. I don't know. Maybe that's just crazy talk. I think most of it actually is me just not knowing the best way to make these kinds of vehicles. Like, if you told me to make make a ship that will keep Kerbals alive for like a 2-year journey through space, and then B, will be able to land on Mars or whatever it is. So like, I make sure it has engines. But by researching like the actual ships, what NASA's like. A plan that NASA's like, hey, if we ever go to this planet, here's what we'd probably use. And it's really helpful to use that as kind of a starting point. I think we're almost getting to the end. I can feel it in my bones. Speaking of what am I talking about? I'm always speaking of space things. Another one of the movies I watched this past week was Sunshine by Danny Boyle. Stars Cillian Murphy. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he was recently played Oppenheimer in that recent movie. But this movie came out in 2007, and it follows a team of astronauts who are sent on a dangerous journey to the sun to reignite the sun, which is apparently dying. They don't really explain anything about the physics there, but they don't really feel the need to, which is like, whatever, it's fine. The sun is somehow dying in 100 years, and we've somehow built a giant super bomb that can reignite it. Sure, that's fine. But it was I'm mixed on that movie. think it's got a real strong, like, it's like one of the few movies I've seen where the second act is like the strongest. Like usually I feel like movies are either have a really strong first act and then everything kind of peters out, or the third act, you know, the third act is really the best part, the action. It's got all the climactic action or whatever. This one is like the first act is kind of, maybe it's the way it's edited, where we're jumping around to different parts in the ship where there's a lot of internal conflict between these crew members. For some reason, you know, whatever, you need drama for a movie, so but I feel like it really starts to get going around the second act. I don't want to spoil anything, but there's a lot of mystery surrounding. So they are part of the second team that's being sent in after the first ship that was supposed to reignite the sun disappeared or lost contact, whatever. And it's around that part where things start to get, you know, pretty strange. Lots of mystery surrounding that ship. There's a mystery, or there's a, you know, the crew starts to get a little unhinged the longer they're out in space. And then the third act just kind of like, I don't know, throws up its hands. It's just kind of like, we're not really, you know, it's like, here's the conflict, deal with it. I'm trying to figure out how to say this without spoiling the movie, but if you've seen the movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So it's not terrible. The cinematography is great, though. Fucking great. Like there's some when they have the shots of them, there's astronauts in these, like, you know, EVA suits, kind of big old puffy astronaut suits. They do a really interesting way of filming from the inside of those suits, the perspectives that the astronauts have. The suits are like these, like, heat resistant, you know, big old big old suits, and they have these little tiny, you know, the visors are just these little very thin rectangles right across the eyes, little slits. So the visibility, the astronaut visibility is really low. But from inside, they film it with a really wide angle lens right next to the actor's, like, face, like right there. And it's a really interesting way of giving that, like how it might actually look if you're looking through those really tiny slits. You're not going to be able to see jack shit out there, but with a normal 50mm lens or whatever, it's just right there. You can just kind of essentially zoom in on the opening, and you wouldn't feel as like, I can just see right through it. But the person in the suit is going to be much farther back from that slit that's, you know, like a couple foot or so in front of them, and it feels a lot more I don't know, the actors feel physically much farther away from that opening, and you can focus more on their faces and less of the outside there, or outside of the suit. It's really, really cool how they did that. Yeah, really, real cool interiors of the ship. And they do a good job with the lighting as well. It's, you know, takes place. Oh my god, okay, which? Sorry, I'm trying to focus on. Okay, right. You know, because most of the movie takes place when they're near the sun, and one side of their ship is just a giant heat shield, and the other side of the ship is pretty much always in darkness. So you get some real great contrast between like just crazy overexposed bright light from the sun, and then the part where the team is like really dark. You know, lots of shadows inside the ship, which matches the theme of their psyche as they travel through deep space. And I think that would also be realistic, because you wouldn't get, even if you were like right next to the sun, if you couldn't see any light. Yeah, if you can see it, if the sun's light couldn't, my brain is shutting down. I have to think about physics. But yeah, essentially, like, you wouldn't have any reflected light bouncing back onto the ship from the other side of that giant heat shield. So yeah, I guess that's I'm not a physicist, but I think I solved that physics problem. You're welcome, everyone. What if someone's fetish was going as close to the sun as possible? You know, actually, that's basically a character in the movie. To be honest, now that I'm thinking about it. Oh man. No spoilers. Go see the movie. It's also got if you're squeamish about horrible things, like as in like, you know, horrible things that happen to human bodies, such as or relating to intense heat. There's a scene in there that'll make you just want to curl up and die. Oh my god. So it's near the end of the movie, so if you're sensitive about that stuff, fucking, I warned you. Oh wait, which one is? Okay. They love deserts and beaches. That's not enough, man. I need more. I need to feel something, man. God damn it. This eyebrow does not look correct. Oh, who's this? It's none other than Remington Blablawa. Round of applause, please, everyone, for Remy. Master play. Please, master. If you guys have ever seen the one of the worst movies ever made, Manos Hands of Fate, there's a character in there named what the fuck's Torgo. It's an unfortunate looking man who plays a servant to the evil master in there, but he talks like this. Master, I'm sorry for showing up late to your live stream, master. It's a great Mystery Science Theater 3000 episode. I highly recommend watching it. It's free on YouTube also. Yeah, we were discussing fetishes. My fetish is finishing Halloween animations on time, so it's a real fun time over here, let me tell you. We were discussing I had the idea of making making like a parody ASMR video where it starts out, you know, like your typical fucking I'm gonna tap my fingers a whole bunch, whatever, or I'm gonna like I got this pen and I'm gonna like click it a whole bunch, and then it starts with them like oh I dropped it, sorry, and then later on they you know, they bump the mic or something, there's some feedback, oh sorry, and then eventually something fucking the loudest possible thing on earth happens, like someone like kicks open the door behind them and just blasts an air horn, 20 minutes into this video of them like but I feel like that would be severely fucked up for like anyone who's trying to like fall asleep to that. But it'd be so funny. Oh my god. Just that buildup of like oops, oh sorry, I dropped the pen, it won't happen again. Like, and then just boom. Plane ride ASMR, and the cabin door blows off about 2 hours in. Oh god! Ah! Oh Jesus Christ! Oh god! People getting sucked out. Oh fuck, that would be so... but it only works if it's like if it's like a 3-hour video and the last hour is just, or 2 hours in, the door blasts open. Oh my god, that'd be so fucking great. That would work better if it was live action. So when it's animated, like, it wouldn't... Oh man, like having something like oh god, that'd be so fucking funny. Holy shit, holy fuck. The captain like, well, this is Alpha 23 Bravo, we mayday, we are experiencing like the lights going off, and the host, or it would be funnier if the host or whoever is like, I don't know, is there a host for these ASMR videos, but they're sitting there doing their like peaceful, just like, and then they react to the like, but they're trying to focus on keeping or maintaining the peace and tranquility of the video. They're just like, okay, we're just gonna ignore that for now. There's debris flying right past their head or something. Door to cockpit swings. We are going down. I repeat, we are going. And it cuts to black. A couple seconds pass, and then like, if you like this video, make sure to like, favorite, subscribe. Oh, Jesus. It's too good. Oh. It's just people screaming. That'd be so fucked up. Yeah, it's one of those, you could kind of, it's a thing where there's a lot of different settings you could do something like that with. Like something like even just like those videos of like 10 hours of forest ambiance, whatever. And 4 hours in, you just hear, I don't know, some hikers going by. They get attacked by a bear or something. It's pretty dark. Although I've seen, I haven't actually watched the videos, but I've seen like those parody videos of like, you know, 10 hours of fucking, oh, it's real dark, but like 10 hours of, you know, fucking playing Minecraft with your parents arguing in the background or something like. But it's just like Minecraft noises and then like, I don't fucking, don't do that. I don't care, just don't. Ah, good times. So yeah, that's what we've been talking about, Remy. It's what's going on in your neck of the woods. Oh, also you have to tell us your favorite fetish too, Remy. So we'll wait for you to start. So go ahead. Please hold all comments until Remy has posted his favorite fetish. It's very important that we get this sorted out. This is kind of a, you know, this is kind of a customary thing we do in this chat here. Favorite fetish is watching Cameron's live streams. Well, you're in for a treat. Because my second favorite fetish is watching Remy watch my live streams. So it's a bit of a mutual. You know, it's like those animals. You know, the little birds that clean the alligator's fish. What? Clean the alligator's teeth. I don't know why. I'm thinking of the other fish that clean other fish's teeth. My brain is it's on the fritz right now. We got a fourth member, a fourth streamer. What does that even mean? A fourth spooktacular spectator. It's Kelly Austria. It's spooky month. That's right. Welcome to the stream, Kelly. I'm not gonna ask you the same questions I asked the other participants, so we're just gonna move on. I realize the soundtrack is from the game and with the characters you drew that one time. You are correct. It's from the Professor Layton games, which are I really fucking love those games. They're on the. They're like old Nintendo DS games, or well, they're not old. I'm fucking old. But they're really fun puzzle games about like this Professor Layton, who is a puzzle expert. I believe he's a archaeologist. Am I saying that right? Archaeologist. Who, you know, of course, is good at solving puzzles like all archaeologists are. Yeah. He's got his apprentice with him named, what the fuck's his name? Timmy? No. I've played 2 of these games so far. But they're like long games. How did I forget? Luke. That's right. His name's fucking Luke. And they, you know, Professor Layton is like super refined, a proper British gentleman, and Luke is this like kind of annoying Victorian era kid who, you know, he's not annoying. He's just enthusiastic, you know. And the professor's there to like, all right, listen, man. Can't just go in willy-nilly and solve all these puzzles, okay? You gotta take your time. Gotta take your tea breaks. And you'll solve it eventually, you know? And they solve puzzles around fantastical things like a village that is actually I have my BA in puzzle solving. That's yeah. I minored in it, so you know. I watch Professor Layton gameplays daily, and I try to solve some puzzles myself. Oh yeah, the puzzles are surprisingly hard. They're pretty like they get pretty abstract. So far, I've gone from Curious Village to Miracle Mask. Nice. Luke, shut up. Herschel Layton. Yes, that's essentially the. It's a lot of Luke like, come on, Professor, let's go solve these puzzles. Like, Luke, shut up. Here's a puzzle. How many pumpkins annoyed the Scarecrow today? Oh man, that's a hell of a puzzle there. I don't even know if I have the answer to that puzzle. Or, in the style of a Professor Layton puzzle, the correct answer would be like, you know, the Scarecrow is always annoyed by pumpkins, so it'd be infinity or something like that. There's a lot of trick questions like that in that game that are like, But the character designs in there are really fun. And they're really heavily inspired by, or it seems like they're inspired by a lot of French animation. Kind of like the triplets of Belleville and yeah. That's a great French animation. Just saw a dude in the Professor Layton series that looks like a gumdrop. Yeah, there's some great designs in there. There's a, in the recent one I played, the Professor Layton and the Diabolical Box. There's like a train conductor who acts like a 70s rock star, and he might be my favorite character in all of the games so far. He's like, all aboard, whoa! You ready to roll? That's right. It is. Sammy and his uncle, who turns out to be the brother of, well, spoilers. The brother of an important character later on in the plot. Ah, come on. I heard train! All of a sudden, you know, the wall behind me just bursts open and it's, oh my god, it's $4.99. I heard train. Came as fast as I could. It's just a train breaking in from behind me. But yeah, the second Professor Layton game takes place on a train, and it's they're trying to get to the bottom of the diabolical box, which is a sinister Pandora's box-like object that where the only way to get to the town that may have more information on it is through this train that may or may not stop at the city or the town. It's really great. It's very whimsical. I love it so much. Last game you played, I recently finished the Diabolical Box. I've only played A Curious Village and Diabolical Box. I keep forgetting the name. I'm going to start up the okay, the third, is it Unwound Future? I think it's the clock one. So I'll probably finish that. You know, it takes me a few months to finish these games, so. Because usually I'll play them right before I go to sleep because they're very relaxing, and it's a puzzle game, so I can just kind of like, okay, just take it easy, solve some puzzles. But very often I will just fall asleep, like trying to solve all the puzzles, and then I'll read like half of the paragraph of the explanation, fall asleep, and the next day I'm back in bed. I read the other paragraph and then fall back asleep. So it takes me, you know, a solid 19 fucking years to complete these games because I keep falling asleep on the flight. But you know, I get to savor them. Yeah, excited for the World of Steam. Yeah, it's a new one. It's gonna be on the Nintendo Switch, right? I don't have a Switch, but my sister has one, so maybe I'll have to steal that from her. The only game that she has on the Switch is Animal Crossing, and I think she's definitely played more of it than I have, but last I checked she had 500 hours. I had a measly 200 hours, but you know, Animal Crossing is it's a way of life, man. I think one day we should do a tour of our city. Sorry, of our town. We've or she named it the town of Dandyland. So it's pretty cool. Stealing is bad, but I'm a bad boy. What can I say? Oh, thanks, Remy. Yeah, appreciate that. I'll stop by. I hate puzzle games, but I have a hunch I might like these games. Maybe. Like they have a lot of fucking puzzles, like at least 100 puzzles per game, and they're all pretty involved. I found that like I like puzzle games a lot, but there's definitely certain puzzles where I just don't have it in me to solve them. Any of the puzzles where they involve like math, or you know, the kind of like a train leaves the station at 40 miles an hour and then the other train leaves upside down when there's a snowstorm, and there's 7 zebras on board, but two of them don't like each other, so you have to like, okay, yeah. When it's something like, you know, like I'm good at the more visual puzzles, I guess, like the ones where like, you know, it's a collection of different blocks, and like, you know, sort the blocks so you can get the little ball from one side to the other or something like that. Like I can do those, but yeah, the train leaving upside down, it's not what you want for the train. If there's as much trains as I'm thinking, there's a decent amount of trains in the second Professor Layton game. I wonder if Aliens Rock will play them. Actually, I could. Is Aliens Rock a YouTuber? I don't know. But aliens do rock. If a train leaves upside down, do the aliens rock? That is the question. I'm not even sure. Even if you wanted to play these games, I don't know, because they came out on DS and they haven't been released anywhere else. Right now I'm playing it on my 3DS. But you can probably play it on emulators. It's either if you own a DS of some sort, or you can play it on an emulator, which I'm sure it runs fine, you know. These Professor Layton puzzles to challenge my classmates at school. Last week I challenged Matthew. Oh, Matthew, that son of a gun. He solved the most of my puzzles. To make a puzzle from this series, I hope I could solve it. Oh, that's cool. That's pretty rad. It's like exchanging puzzles. That's basically a lot of the puzzles in Professor Layton are like introduced. It'll be like, you know, the Professor Layton and Luke, they come across some guy like, oh, hey, do you know anything about the mysterious so-and-so over there? Like, well, I might, but you'll have to solve a puzzle first. It's like, and then it's some puzzle that's completely unrelated to anything they're talking about. It'll be a puzzle about like, oh, how much tapioca pudding could a penguin eat if he just went to the store on a Thursday? Like, well, I don't know. And then when you solve the puzzle, it goes back to the character, and like, oh, very good. I see you're a good puzzle solver. Like it's, like it's you know, apparently in this world, puzzle solvers are very highly valued members of society, which you know, understandable. It's never really questioned, like they kind of allude to the professor, like, oh, he's a professor, you know, he's smart, he knows all sorts of stuff, but he never really uses like archaeology knowledge. It's just pure puzzle knowledge, which is really funny. That's like whenever he shows up to the scene of like some crime, I guess, like no one's like, oh, you know, oh, good, we got a puzzle for you. It's solve this guy's murder. It's like, yeah, I guess that is a puzzle. You know, you're not wrong. If I can't solve this puzzle, I'll do anything you ask me to. All right, well, be careful with that one. Gotta watch a playthrough of these games. Sounds great. Yeah, they're if you don't like puzzle games, they're probably a fun time to watch a playthrough of. You could fast forward through all the puzzles. The puzzles. I will solve all the puzzles in the world. I watched another animated movie, I think 2 weeks ago. I thought it was really good. It's called April and the Extraordinary World. And well, the first thing I read about this movie is, or I saw, was on the poster. It's got one of the stupidest fucking quotes, like a, you know how movie posters will have like review quotes, whatever. One of the dumbest fucking things. It was like Pixar meets Studio Ghibli, and it reminded me of way back in the day when the game Skyrim came out. When the game Far Cry 3 came out. Right after Skyrim, those are two games that are, you know, the first-person view. You're looking through the hands or the eyes of your character, but one is set in like fantasy, you know, knights and dragons times, and then Far Cry 3 is set in like modern day. I don't know, South American pirates. Land or whatever. And then one of the reviews for Far Cry 3 was like, it's like Skyrim with guns. And I was like, well, yeah, if you're just boiling down everything to it's like saying you know, like Pac-Man is like, it's like Mario without the jumping. Well, you know, anyway, so that quote on the movie poster was like, all right there. And it really didn't have anything to do with like Pixar or Ghibli. It was pretty much its own thing. Wouldn't you believe it? But it's a great movie. It's set in like an alternate history where the world's scientists are disappearing, and it takes place in France, where around in the mid 1800s, I think, all the scientists are disappearing. So major technological advancements in like gasoline are never invented, and so there becomes a huge, you know, demand for trees, for wood, and you know, and so like pretty much the entire world is like deforested, and wars are fought over that, you know, over land, over like forests, stuff like that. And so the main character April, her parents are trying to develop some kind of potion or cure for death itself, like essentially some kind of potion or fluid that will grant you immortality. And but before they can they can test it. They're captured. Oh, it's a siren. I thought there was an owl screeching outside, but it was the siren. What was I? So yeah, her parents are, you know, they seem to have been killed in this, trying to escape the evil bad guys. So she grows up, you know, as an orphan. She lives inside of a statue with her talking cat. Eventually it becomes she embarks on a quest to try and find what happened to her parents. The whole time she's been living in there, she's also been trying to find like the trying to create a copy of the parents, immortality potion or whatever. And yeah, there's some great interesting twists in the plot. It's really well animated, but it's French, so the French are incredible at animation. And there were some parts I even laughed out loud. I literally LOL'd. That's always fun. I'm sure it's on streaming somewhere, I think. That's April in the Extraordinary World. That's right. It wasn't long ago before laughing was illegal. Until the first time someone lolled in real life. It's like when you type LOL and, you talk about a funny movie. Wait. I can't draw and talk at the same time. I'm so sorry. It's not gonna happen. Yes, I'll draw the uvula. The fuck was I even talking about? So we're getting close to the end here. Even got some like it's the music you play when well guys, this is the end of summer camp. I guess I gotta go home now. Will I ever see you again? And the train slowly starts to like choo choo. Ching, 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 like goodbye, like wait. Don't leave, leave, leave. But the train departs upside down and everyone dies. Guess I gotta go home and work on my Halloween animation. My intern is sleeping right now. My cat is actually my intern, so it's pretty inefficient, but works for damn near nothing. So I feel like this should have lyrics behind it. When you're gonna leave the train, don't let it get you down. Professor Layton, he solved all of the puzzles. Now he's gotta go solve some more. He's gonna solve all of the puzzles, but now he's gotta go get on the train. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The world is full of puzzles, and he needs to solve them. Oh, yeah. So many puzzles. He's gonna solve them. Guess he's got his BA in puzzle solving. He's gonna solve all the puzzles. That's right. Yeah, like it's the any sad episode of Pokemon has, like, you know, goodbye Butterfree, you're going away, yeah, 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 it's gonna be okay, but it's so sad. That's the Butterfree song from Pokemon. All right. I think after 16 hours of freaking animating the scene, the line work is done. Oh, look at this fucking eye. Oh my god. Old shaky eye at it again. Good lord. I mean, I had one job, man, like, how's that? Oh. As what? Oh, wow. Now, drawing eyes on characters is very important. You cannot forget to do that. try that again. Alright, I'm gonna animate the eyes on a separate layer some other time, but for now, now what? That's right, young animators forget sometimes that if you don't draw the eyes in your characters, then your characters can't see, which is still seems pretty self-explanatory, but a lot of people forget, like, if you don't draw those eyes, then they can't see stuff, because the light hitting the face cannot go past where the eyes aren't, and when the eyes aren't there, then the eyes can't see when they aren't there. So it's kind of a, you know, it's one of those things you just can't forget to do. That reminds me of a video that I'm gonna play. Actually reminded me, I was reminded of it a few days ago from something that happened in the news, or in space news at least. Anyway, all right, Professor Layton's done. Nope. Okay. There's still like 6 more tracks. What the hell? All right, let's go back here. Let's go to this thing. This is a great classic internet video. I'll let it speak for itself here.
Senator Collins, thanks for coming in.
It's a great pleasure, thank you.
This ship that was involved in the incident off Western Australia this week...
Yeah, the one the front fell off?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not very typical. I'd like to make that point.
Well, how is it untypical?
Well, there are a lot of these ships going around the world all the time, and very seldom does anything like this happen. I just don't want people thinking that tankers aren't safe.
Was this tanker safe?
Well, I was thinking more about the other ones.
The ones that are safe?
Yeah, the ones the front doesn't fall off.
Well, if this wasn't safe, why did it have 80,000 tonnes of oil on it?
Well, I'm not saying it wasn't safe. It's just perhaps not quite as safe as some of the other ones.
Why?
Well, some of them are built so the front doesn't fall off at all.
Well, wasn't this built so the front wouldn't fall off?
Well, obviously not.
How do you know?
Well, because the front fell off and 20,000 tonnes of crude oil spilled into the sea caught fire. It's a bit of a giveaway. I just like to make the point that that is not normal.
Well, what sort of standards are these oil tankers built to?
Oh, very rigorous maritime engineering standards.
What sort of thing?
Well, the front's not supposed to fall off for a start.
And what other things?
Well, there are regulations governing the materials that they can be made of.
What materials?
Well, cardboard's out.
And?
No cardboard derivatives.
Like paper?
No paper. No string, no sellotape.
Rubber?
No, rubber's out. They've got to have a steering wheel. There's a minimum crew requirement.
What's the minimum crew?
Oh, 1, I suppose.
So the allegations that they're just designed to carry as much oil as possible, the hell with the
ludicrous.
consequences, I mean, that's ludicrous.
Absolutely ludicrous. These are very, very strong vessels.
So what happened in this case?
Well, the front fell off in this case, by all means, but it's very unusual.
But Senator Collins, why did the front fall off?
Well, a wave hit it.
A wave hit it?
A wave hit the ship.
Is that unusual?
Oh, yeah. At sea, chance in a million.
So what do you do to protect the environment in cases like
The
this?
ship was towed outside the environment.
Into another environment?
No, it's been towed beyond the environment. It's
Yes,
not
but
in the
into
environment.
No, but from one environment to another environment.
No, it's beyond the environment. It's not in an environment. It
Well,
has
it
been
must be
towed
somewhere.
beyond the environment.
Well, what's out there?
Nothing's out there.
Well, there must be something
There
out
is
there.
nothing out there. All there is sea and birds and fish.
And
20,000 tonnes of crude oil.
what else?
And a fire.
And anything else?
And the part of the ship that the front fell off. But there's nothing else out there.
Senator Collins, thanks for
It's a
joining
complete void.
us. Yes. We're out of
The
time.
environment's perfectly safe. We're out of time?
Yeah.
Can you book me a cab?
But didn't you come in a Commonwealth car?
Yes, I did.
What happened?
Well, the front fell off.
Bap, bap. Oh, just a classic fucking video. Yeah, I remember. I remember why I was reminded of that video. There was a recent rocket launch where the rocket, there were no people on it, it was uncrewed, but one of the side boosters kind of exploded. And it was a very important, like, mission for, like, the Department of Defense. Very, very, very serious stuff. And after the launch, I guess the booster, like the I guess the engine bell of the booster, kind of the let's see here. The part of the booster or the engine, you know, that looks like that. This is where the flame comes out. You know, this whole part here exploded, which is bad. But the rocket was able to fly and it made it to space. But the CEO came on after the live stream and used the word, he didn't want to say like, yeah, fucking exploded, you know, like he used the word like, oh, we noticed an observation during the launch about, you know, like, oh, an observation? You mean the fucking part where it exploded? You mean the part where the front fell off? You know, I don't know, that my brain made that connection between those two events. And it's such a great use of, such a great way of like saying, well, something happened, but it wasn't that bad. It could have been real bad, but just an interesting little thing we saw, a little Easter egg. If you're watching closely, you might have seen this one part explode. So, anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. There's no spiderwebs here. I cleared up all the spiderwebs, but the candles are still burning. They will burn long into the night. On this cold autumn night on the 12th of October, 20 and 24. Thank me for watching. Yes, thank I for watching. Yeah. One, I suppose. Oh fuck, so good. What are the chances of a wave at sea? Oh, 1 in a million. Or is it, yeah, a chance in a million. Oh man. All right. It's time. It's time to go. But I'll see you next week for another episode of Just Drawin. Yeah, yeah.